Beale Street for the first time with these crazy guys.
Yes, we had a blast on Beale Street. It was a very memorable time, and I think once you see these clips, you'll know why.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy Spank E. I'm down here on historic Beale Street, and we're asking people today, how does AIDS and HIV affect them and their community and their lifestyle and their sexual behavior? My first interview will be Wild Wayne. Wild Wayne, how has AIDS and HIV affected you and your lifestyle?
Man, it affected me hard because I ended up losing an aunt and an uncle to it due to, you know what I mean, sexual transmitted disease and basically needles, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, it made me get tested, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And
Are you clean?
Yeah, I'm clean. I'm clean as a whistle, as they say.
Hey, what's your name?
Brittany.
Brittany, how you doing?
I'm fine.
We're out here asking people how has AIDS and HIV affected them and their lifestyle and their sexual behavior. How has it affected you?
It's affected me in a positive way just because seeing so much negative input and so many young people having HIV has made me a person to want to go and get tested regularly and not be on top of that. Even if you're in a relationship, I still think it's very good to practice safe sex. Don't cut out sex all the way, but practice it safely. Use a condom.
You heard it. Don't cut it off all the way. Just a little bit. I'd like to be on a new television show called The Sound Off on Fox Television.
Sure.
Just want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sure, shoot it.
We're asking people today, how has AIDS and HIV affected them and their lifestyle?
It doesn't affect mine at all.
Have you been tested, sir?
No.
Are you going to be tested?
No.
You think it's important to be tested?
No, I don't think it's a point to be tested at all.
Do you have more than one sexual partner, or are you just by yourself?
Yeah. Sure.
You do? Do you use protection?
Oh, always.
Always?
Yep.
We're filming a new show on Fox called The Sound Off.
I appreciate it.
All right, another couple that really don't want to talk about AIDS or HIV, but we need to talk about this thing, you understand? Because it's a really serious problem. We're going to try to get some more people.
Yeah, but I was hoping the camera picked up Spanky's blue suede shoes. That's what I was hoping. I was really hoping that got on camera. So I was there, but it was a lot of no's. A lot of people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, Spanky was neat. He had the blue suede shoes on. He was flossed out. He had the blue suede.
Blouse on.
He wasn't the blouse.
It was shiny though, but it was definitely for Beale Street. So I can't let y'all see that.
Okay, and speaking of Beale Street, speaking of music, Thompson is our industry insider. He's going to give us some insight on how HIV is affecting the music industry. Let's give it up for Nick. There you go. Nick, so glad that you made it.
Me too. This is great.
Good. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. I know about you, we know about you, but the people at home don't know about Nick Thompson.
Yeah. Originally from Alabama, grew up in Huntsville, Madison,
Woo.
and moved up to Middle Tennessee State University and went to college there and got my bachelor's in recording industry, and that's in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. But it's only recently that I moved to Nashville because I interned there and at Sony ATV Publishing, and it was a great experience. Learned a lot about the industry there on top of my bachelor's. So I'm living in Nashville now, and I hear a lot of good things going on.
Right. I'm so glad to have you here, but what I want to ask you is, I know you're on the Sound Off team, you're our industry insider. What about the Sound Off? When I made that phone call to you about coming on and be a part of our team here, what made you want to accept and come down here today?
The fact that it's a good cause and it's relevant. The show itself is relevant. There's nothing else like it. And the fact that we talk about issues that need to be talked about.
Right.
And aren't usually talked about, shows. So that's the main reason.
The main reason, okay. I love your main reason, by the way. And I love your boots.
Thank
Cletus
you.
wants some of your boots.
10 pounds.
You get Oz Davidson with them boots, like on the motorcycle.
All right.
So Nick, tell us more about how HIV and the relation with the music industry. Like, what are your findings this time around? What did you find out?
Since the late 70s, when HIV and AIDS became an epidemic, transcended from the gay community to the community as a whole, it's affected the community as a whole. A very important part of that community is the recording industry and the music industry, and the musicians that are involved in it and make it up. And since the beginning, it's affected all kinds of musicians that pass away from it. You have musicians like Freddie Mercury from Queen.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
famous.
okay.
And Tom Fogerty, Creedence Clearwater Revival, and Paul Giovanni, and the list just keeps going on, and these are artists who passed away as a result of it. But the thing is because it's been around so long, there have been organizations that have been developed as a result.
Okay.
So the organization that, through my studies, have been able to find is LifeBeat, and it's a worldwide organization. It's international, and it was created by musicians and by recording industry people, from record label people,
Right.
publishing industry people, booking agency people, even the lighting people. I mean, it really doesn't, anybody involved in the recording industry, they started this organization. And the good thing about it is LifeBeat is made up of organizations in the local community. That's how they're made up. They're made up of, and they're affiliated. Different artists who were able to create the organization include Ozzy Osbourne, Tina Turner, Sarah McLachlan, and Destiny's Child, TLC, and once again the list goes on, but it turns out that their local Memphis affiliation is Friends of Life.
Oh, wow. And they're here today.
And they're here today.
Check out the cipher.
And go ask them about, LifeBeat, and they'll talk about it.
Right, okay. I definitely thank you for that industry minute. Welcome to the Sound Off. We're glad that you're a part of the show. Family, this is your cousin Cletus.
Yeah.
And hey, we just, anytime you can stop by, drop some insight on it for the music, because Memphis is full of musicians.
Yes.
And I think you are a perfect link as a sound
It's a music town, and I'm from Music City, so
Right.
it's a big music city.
Right. And speaking of music, you're an awesome drummer.
Oh, I dabble a little bit.
You dabble a little bit.
I heard you was pretty cold. So do you play in a band then?
Yes, I do. I'm in a band called Nothing More Than This.
Okay.
And, it's alternative rock. Kind of like what we got coming up, I guess, right?
Okay, yes, and actually we have more of Nick. We have a special guest coming up. Stay tuned. This is a scene you won't want to miss. Thank you.
I heard you got some doodles in California.
Doodles?
Yeah, you want to tell us about what's going on?
Well, we actually recently started basing ourselves out of Memphis when Chris joined the band, a few months ago, huh?
Something like that, yeah, 2 or 3 months.
And he introduced us to Dave Cal at the Noise Factory recording studio on Summer Avenue here. So we went and did tracking there with him and Jason Gillespie producing, and then doing our mixing and mastering at Arden Studios, and we're trying to get that all finished up so we can release our new CD.
So, are you guys going to play something for us?
Oh yeah,
We have something planned tonight.
Okay, and what's your role? I know in the group. What is
I played the lead guitar.
the
in
lead
band.
guitar?
Yeah.
And you are
Guitar and singing.
the guitar and singing. I don't want to put you on the spot just for a minute. If you could just do like a acapella or something.
We want an acapella.
Something you think I like.
We don't want you to sing, we want you to sing. Sing.
All right. Waiting for a chance to find out you're all alone. Take my hand, close your eyes.
Yeah, I was watching to make sure he was looking at you and not looking at me. I don't want you to be looking at me, but it sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
What was that? Who was that?
That's one of our songs, Too Late.
We've been working with that in the studio as well, so it's going to be one of our new
I
tracks.
like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But before, I got to thank some people.
Okay.
Got to thank Chris, the bass player from Riptide, for sitting in for us today.
Okay.
And Nick, who is the drummer for Nothing More Than This.
That's right.
So they came up, spur of the
he's our
moment.
industry insider.
Industry
Oh,
insider, yeah.
Okay.
And they came last minute and learned the stuff, and they did a great job.